Okay, Darnita, you wanted to know how to cook cornbread and macaroni and cheese. The longest thing for me to tell you is going to be recipe, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. First, let me fix my light. Okay. Remember what I told you about pasta. Pasta is kind of hard to cook because you can either cook it too much or you can cook it too little. Too little makes bubbery, too much makes mushy. Okay, so first thing what you want to do is you want to bring your water to a boil. Remember what I said, you don't want to put oil in the water because your sauces will not stick to the pasta. So it's okay to put salt in the water. Okay, now, after the water has been brought to a boil, you want to pour all of your macaroni in. And when you pour it in, stir it to prevent sticking from the bottom. The salt is to help prevent the noodles sticking to each other. The stirring will help the noodles from sticking to the bottom. Also, you can get some Pam spray and spray in the water. That will help also. So, you want to keep stirring it. And when you're finished, one thing you'll notice is while the noodles are cooking, the center will be tan and the outside will be white. What you're waiting for is for the whole thing to become white. Like I said, not mushy. So what you're going to do is you're going to, when they're done, you're going to empty the macaroni noodles into a colander. The colander will be in your sink. So you're going to empty the macaroni noodles into your colander. You're going to spray cold water on the noodles. That is to prevent them from, to keep them from still cooking. Because while they're hot, they're still cooking. So the cold water will stop them right where they are. So you're going to do that. Now, turn your stove. When you have your stove on and you're boiling the water, I said to put it on 8 if your stove ranges from 1 to 9. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your stove down to 5. Okay? You're going to put your macaroni noodles back into the pot. Now, you're going to want to add some milk. We use carnation milk. So, get you a 1.5 cans of carnation evaporated milk. Then, you're going to add 2 eggs. Okay. Another thing, preheat your oven to 375. Yeah, preheat your oven to 375 while we're doing this. Okay. So you're going to stir in the milk and you're going to stir in the eggs. Make sure it's all stirred in evenly. Next, you're going to add 1 can of canned cheese, depending on how much macaroni you do. If you do 1 big box of Mueller's elbow macaroni, then you're going to do 1 can. If you're going to do more than that, you're going to do 2. Okay, so you're going to have 1 can of canned cheese. Add that in there. Next, you are going to add some sugar. I usually pour, and I do it by eye, but because you're not that advanced yet, I would say to do 3/4 cup of sugar, and you're going to add. And then you're going to add just a little sprinkle of salt. Okay? Next is the cheese. Now, what I do is I get the biggest bag of cheese in the store. Somebody's crying. Slowly add it to the pot and stir as you add it. If you add it all at once, then it's not going to be evenly distributed. So you slowly add and you stir. Okay? What your macaroni should look like is sort of kind of like a soup. Not too much where the noodles aren't touching, but like the noodles are still, you know, up against each other, bumping around. But, you know, because of the milk and the cheese and everything, it's just really, really looking good, right? So, finally, what you're going to do is you're going to take that macaroni and you're going to pour it into a dish. I prefer a glass dish. And you're going to pour it in there, okay? Next thing you know, you're going to take sliced cheese and lay it on top till you cover the whole pan. Then you're going to somebody's really crying. Okay. Dang. I don't have much time. Okay. So then you're going to take some paprika and sprinkle it, well, sprinkle it on top. The paprika actually adds to the brownness that you're going to look for, and it's actually going to add some spice. Okay. By now your oven should be hot. So you're going to put it in the oven. What you're waiting for is for the macaroni to be brown on top. So what is she crying about? Girls, man, I tell you. Anyway, once that is done, take it out. And it should be done. Well, it will be done. Once it's done, take it out, let it cool, and it's going to be the best macaroni you've ever had. Okay? Nothing you want to do. Cornbread. This is how I do my cornbread. Follow the instructions to the T on the back, except when it says you're going to want to add some cream corn. Try to empty out as much water from the can as possible. It's going to be hard because the corn is creamed. Okay, then you're going to add that into your mix. So follow the directions to the back, and then you're going to add the cream corn to the mix. Nothing. Get the biggest spoon that you have, cooking spoon that you have out of the jar. And you're going to take that and scoop out some sour cream. Plop, dollop it. Mix that in. The butter that you add in, you have to put that in the microwave. Melt that. I think it's butter on the directions. I'm pretty sure there's butter on the directions, but you're going to melt that. Okay, now, so you're going to add a dollop of sour cream that's not on the directions, and you're going to add some sugar. A cup of sugar, a whole cup of sugar. Sprinkle it in, stir it out. Then you're going to add the cream corn. You're going to stir that up. If it looks too soupy, add self-rising flour. You're going to do that until it looks the way you feel it should look, like a cake batter. You're going to do that. Now you're going to get a pan, you're going to put it in. And you're going to bake it the way it says. You might need to add a little bit more time because you've added self-rising flour, so that means it's more of a cornbread than the box thought it would be. Just to let you know, when it comes out, it's not going to taste like cornbread. It's going to taste like some good cornbread. And it's going to be almost cake-like. And you're going to be like, what in the world? What I like to do is you can either, while it's still hot, put butter on top, let that melt, or you can put honey on top. Either way, it's still going to be good. Sometimes when I'm mixing up the batter, I add honey into the batter and then put it in the oven that way. That's good also. Okay, deviled eggs. Depending on how many eggs you want to do. Say you want to feed 20 people and you want them to have 1 egg each, so then you're going to boil 20 eggs. Now, take an egg, boil it. Do you know how to boil eggs? I'm assuming no. Do not have the stove up high. Put a little bit of salt in the water. That will help to soften up the shells, so you can easily just slide the shells off instead of them keep cracking and you just like breaking it all apart. Note to self, if you put too much salt in the water, then the shell will burst and then you'll have egg all in the water. So just basically put a pinch, no more, no less. Okay, so now when the egg is finished being boiled, you're going to cut the egg in half. The inside, the yolk, which should be completely solid and a bright yellow, you're going to pop that out. So you're going to do that for all the eggs. And you're going to put the yolks in a bowl. Okay. Now, mix that up with about 3 tablespoons of sweet relish. And you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. The mayonnaise I'm going to let you judge because it's kind of to your liking. And then I like to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Then you're going to mix that all together. Then Another thing, what I like to do, fry up some bacon. Please tell me not to cook bacon. Okay, with bacon, you just need an ungreased pan, and you put some bacon in the pan, and you keep your stove on 7. You don't want to burn down the house, and cook on each side. You don't have to add grease to the pan because bacon makes its own grease. Okay, now when your bacon comes out the pan and you got all the grease off, chop up the bacon. You're going to chop up the bacon. Put that in your mixture and mix that up. Add 2 pinches of salt and just a couple dashes of pepper. And then you're going to mix that all together. Now, get you the smallest spoon, eating spoon in your cabinet. And you're going to scoop up some of your mixture and put it in the half of the egg. You're going to do that for each egg. Then you're going to get your paprika and you're going to sprinkle it on top. And that's how you make a double egg. So